Have you been sensing strange energetic shifts lately, feeling like you're living between worlds, suspended in a space where time doesn't feel linear anymore? Maybe you've felt your twin flame's presence more vividly than ever, even if they're physically distant. Or perhaps you've started to question why certain moments in your connection feel like déjà vu, while others seem to pull you into a completely different version of reality. If you're experiencing this mysterious in-between sensation, you're not imagining it. You're navigating something deeply sacred, a timeline shift rooted in your soul bond. In today's video, we're not just talking about twin flames, we're unraveling how these profound connections influence the very fabric of time. We'll explore why twin flames don't just meet in the physical, but align across multiple timelines. You'll begin to understand why some events feel fated, why separation hurts differently in this dynamic, and why you might feel like you're being guided by an invisible thread. This isn't just spiritual theory, it's energetic truth grounded in your lived experience. By the end of this video, you'll begin to see your journey not as something that's delayed or lost, but as something that's unfolding in divine sequence. You'll shift from confusion to clarity, from doubt to trust. Most importantly, you'll learn how to anchor yourself in the timeline that aligns with love, union, and higher purpose. This understanding can change the way you show up, not just in your connection, but in your entire spiritual path. So if you're ready to stop second-guessing your path and start understanding the sacred timing behind your twin flame connection, this video is for you. Stay with us until the end, because what you're about to hear could be the key that unlocks a door you felt but never fully opened. Let's take this journey together and step into a timeline where your soul already knows the way. Number 1. Identical frequency. The core of the twin flame bond. Have you ever met someone who feels like they are you, only in another body? Not just someone who understands your thoughts or mirrors your habits, but someone who vibrates at the exact frequency of your soul. This is the defining truth at the center of every twin flame journey. The bond is forged not just in emotion, connection, or shared experience, but in energetic identicality. Your twin flame doesn't just complement your frequency like a harmonious melody played beside yours. They are your frequency. Not similar, not close, identical. This level of resonance goes beyond what we experience with soulmates or members of our soul family. Soulmates carry beautiful, compatible energies. They're like different musical notes blending to create a song. But a twin flame? They are the same note, played in unison. This is why the connection feels so intense, so all-encompassing, because it quite literally reflects you back to yourself. And this reflection isn't passive, it's not gentle or optional. Twin flames act as energetic amplifiers for one another. Every part of you, your light and your darkness, your strengths and your insecurities, is brought to the surface. Your highest potential is ignited, but so are the wounds you've buried deep. Every unresolved emotion, every fear, every forgotten dream is magnified in the presence of your twin flame. It's not to hurt you, but to heal you. It's not to push you away, but to call you inward, into the very core of your being. This is why the twin flame journey can feel like both the most divine blessing and the most overwhelming storm. The bond holds up a mirror so precise that it leaves no room for illusions. But within that mirror lies the key to your transformation. The reason it's so powerful, and at times so painfully confronting, is because you are being called to evolve at the frequency of your own soul. Not someone else's, not the world's, yours. So when you feel the intensity of the connection, when it brings out your deepest joy and your deepest fear, remember this, it's not just chemistry, destiny, or coincidence. It's frequency. It's the universe echoing your soul back to you. And that echo is not just a sound, it's your path to truth, to healing, and to union. As we begin to understand the power of this identical frequency, It invites us to pause and look within. What have you felt when encountering someone who seemed to awaken parts of your soul you didn't even know were sleeping? Have you experienced that undeniable pull, that mirror-like intensity that both awakens and challenges you? The twin flame journey is not just a concept, it's a deeply personal transformation that begins the moment you recognize yourself in another. Before we move into the next layer of this connection, take a moment to reflect. We'd love to hear from you. Share your experience in the comments below, or simply type, "I recognize the frequency," if this message resonates with your soul. Let's continue this journey together. Number 2, the nature of timelines, energetic shifts, and the sacred void. Have you ever found yourself in a moment where everything feels strangely still, where the world around you seems to fade, familiar people and places lose their resonance, and even your emotions go quiet? This is not a sign that you're lost. It's a sign that you're transitioning. In the realm of energy and soul evolution, timelines are not abstract concepts. They are energetic pathways, vibrational currents of reality that align with your inner state of being. Each timeline carries a specific frequency, and when your internal frequency shifts, whether through emotional healing, a spiritual awakening, or a deep expansion of consciousness, you begin to resonate with a new timeline. But what happens in between those shifts? What occurs in the silent, uncertain spaces where the old no longer holds you and the new hasn't yet embraced you? This in-between phase is what many refer to as the void. It is not empty, though it may feel that way. Rather, it is a sacred space of recalibration. The void exists because you're no longer energetically compatible with the life you once lived. The friendships, patterns, places, or even dreams that once felt meaningful may now feel hollow or out of sync. Not because you're broken, but because you're growing beyond them. And while the new timeline is forming, you may feel invisible, untethered, or like you're walking between worlds. This isn't stagnation, it's transformation in progress. This void is where deep shifts take place on a soul level. It's a spiritual reset, allowing your vibration to stabilize before anchoring into the next version of your reality. And if you are on a twin flame journey, this process becomes even more profound. Because your twin flame shares your core energetic frequency, when you shift, they shift too. Even in moments of silence, distance, or disconnection, your energetic bond is intact. Your twin flame isn't absent in the void. They're navigating the shift with you, whether consciously or unconsciously. You are not alone in this liminal space. You are being guided, prepared, and realigned for a higher timeline that reflects the soul you are becoming. So if you find yourself in that stillness, that space where nothing seems to make sense, breathe. You're not stuck. You're not forgotten. You are being retuned for the next chapter of your sacred journey. Number 3, twin flame presence across all timelines. One of the most profound aspects of the twin flame journey is the constancy of their presence across all timelines, dimensions, and phases of transformation. Unlike most soul connections, which may come and go depending on where we are in our personal growth, your twin flame's energy remains deeply interwoven with yours, even when everything around you feels like it's shifting. This presence is not always physical. It's not about phone calls, texts, or being in the same room. It's something much deeper. On a soul level, their essence is with you, unwavering, even in moments of silence or separation. Soulmates, while incredibly important and loving, tend to show up once you've crossed into a new version of yourself. They meet you after a transformation, when you've settled into a new phase of your journey. But they don't always walk with you through the difficult, in-between places, the liminal space where you're letting go of the old and reaching for the new. These voids can feel isolating, confusing, and raw. And that's where the twin flame bond reveals its unique power. Unlike soulmates, twin flames don't wait for you to arrive. They walk with you. Even in the darkest nights of your soul, their energy is silently present, a steady vibration humming in the background of your existence. They don't bypass your pain. Instead, they share it. They witness your unraveling and your rebuilding, not always consciously, but energetically and spiritually. Their soul is bound to yours in such a way that no matter which version of yourself you become, no matter which timeline you transition into, they are already there, because they exist in every layer of your being. This is why you may sense them in your dreams, feel their emotions as your own, or suddenly think of them when you're standing on the edge of a life-changing moment. It's not imagination, it's resonance. Their presence is encoded into your soul blueprint, and as you evolve, as you heal, as you step into new realities, that connection doesn't fade, it deepens. So, if you're in the void, unsure, disconnected from the world you knew, remember this: your twin flame is not behind you or waiting ahead. They are with you now, in every breath, in every breakthrough, in every timeline you choose to embody. Imagine a woman named Ilara who has just left a long-term relationship, quit her job, and moved to a new city, all within a few months. Everything familiar has fallen away, and though she knows deep down that she's stepping into a more authentic version of herself, she feels lost in the transition. Her days are quiet, her nights filled with uncertainty. She feels invisible, like she's floating between versions of herself with no clear direction. And yet, every time she meditates or takes a silent walk under the night sky, she feels something, someone. It's not a voice, not a physical presence, but a deep inner knowing. Memories of her twin flame surface, and a wave of warmth passes through her body. She remembers how he used to see her in a way no one else ever did, and somehow, even now, she feels that same energy holding her, anchoring her through the chaos. Though they haven't spoken in months and live miles apart, his essence surrounds her, not to rescue her, but to witness her becoming. This is the twin flame presence across timelines. Ilara doesn't need to wait until she's arrived on the other side of her transformation to reconnect. On a soul level, he is already walking beside her in every version of the future she's stepping into. Number 4. The subtle difference. How soulmates ground you and twin flames awaken you. Have you ever wondered why some people enter your life and offer deep peace, while others ignite something wild and untamed within you? This is the energetic difference between soulmates and twin flames. Soulmates are the gentle companions of your current path. They meet you where you are, offering emotional safety, stability, and love that nurtures your existing identity. Their presence feels like home, warm, comforting, and beautifully aligned with your current state of being. They bring harmony to your life and help you stay grounded in your timeline, allowing you to heal, rest, and experience love without disruption. But while soulmates affirm who you are, they rarely challenge you to reach beyond it. Twin flames, on the other hand, are an entirely different force. When they enter your life, it is not to soothe, but to awaken. They are the catalysts of your soul's highest evolution. Their presence electrifies your inner world, surfacing hidden desires, unhealed wounds, and dormant potential. With your twin flame, you are not just loved, you are seen, deeply and thoroughly in all your light and all your shadow. This connection doesn't allow you to remain small or stagnant. It asks, sometimes demands, that you rise into the fullest version of yourself. They reflect not just who you are, but who you're destined to become. Even if you never pursue a physical relationship with your twin flame, the energetic ignition still occurs. It's a soul-level activation, permanent, undeniable, and irreversible. Once you have been touched by their energy, your awareness expands. You can no longer unsee your truth, your purpose, your capacity for love, or your divine essence. They may come and go, or linger in silence, but the impact remains. You're no longer merely walking your path, you are being propelled forward on it, faster, deeper, and more consciously than ever before. While soulmates support your present, twin flames are here to initiate your future. Their love is not always easy, but it is sacred, and once it's awakened you, there is no going back. Number 5. The moment everything changed, when the universe answered your soul's call. For many of us, the twin flame journey didn't start with a face, a name, or even a romantic encounter. It began in silence, with a whisper to the universe, a yearning from the depths of our soul. It was a moment of surrender, a prayer spoken from the ache of longing. We asked for more meaning, more truth, more transformation. We may not have known exactly what we were calling in, only that life as we knew it felt too small for who we were becoming. And the universe answered, not with comfort, but with intensity. It didn't send someone to soothe us. It sent someone to awaken us, a soul mirror who would challenge every limitation we had placed on our identity, our power, and our worth. A being whose energy stirred something ancient and familiar within us, yet whose presence could feel both exhilarating and excruciating. Twin flames do not come to complete us. They come to reveal us. They reflect the parts of ourselves we've kept buried, the wounds we've refused to heal, the desires we've silenced, the power we've been afraid to claim. Their love doesn't coddle our ego. It illuminates our soul. Through them, we meet the deepest truths of who we are, not in theory, but in the raw, breathtaking experience of being seen without masks. This is the moment everything changes. The moment we realize that the connection isn't just about another person, it's about us. About remembering who we truly are, why we came here, and what we are meant to rise into. And once we've seen that reflection, there's no going back. Only forward, into the fire of transformation, into the calling of our soul, into the life we were always meant to live. Number 6. The path of self-love and authentic becoming. What the twin flame journey truly awakens. At its core, the twin flame journey is not just about romance or reunion, it is a sacred return to the self. It is a profound inward spiral that beckons us to uncover the truth of who we are beneath the layers of fear, conditioning, and forgotten worth. This path teaches us about love in its purest form, not the kind that clings or demands, but the kind that liberates. And before we can offer that kind of love to anyone else, we must first learn to offer it to ourselves. The presence of a twin flame, whether near or far, seen or unseen, triggers a deep awakening within. They serve as a mirror, reflecting both our light and our shadows. Old wounds rise to the surface. Beliefs we once clung to begin to fall away. Emotional debris collected over lifetimes is stirred loose, not to torment us, but to be healed and released. Through this sacred upheaval, we're called back to our essence, to the version of ourselves that existed before the world told us who to be. And in that space, self-love is no longer optional. It becomes the only way forward. It means choosing yourself when it's hard, being gentle with your pain, and holding space for your own growth. Whether your twin flame is physically walking beside you, or you've taken a different path, with a soulmate, or even in solitude, their impact endures. The soul bond does not fade with distance or time. Instead, it becomes a quiet guide, a persistent echo in your heart. That inner whisper encouraging you to rise again after every fall. That's their energy moving through you. Not to direct your choices, but to remind you of your truth, to urge you not to settle, not to shrink, and not to forget the divine spark you carry. The twin flame journey is ultimately about becoming more of who you truly are, becoming whole, not because of another, but because you remembered you already were. It is a path of fierce self-love, of radical authenticity, and of soul-deep transformation. And once you begin to walk it, you realize you were never truly alone. You were always being guided home. If you've made it this far, it means something in this message has resonated with your soul, and that matters. The twin flame journey is deeply personal, yet universally felt, and your story is a vital thread in this collective awakening. Take a moment to reflect. What has this path taught you about love, healing, and who you truly are? If you feel called, share your experience in the comments. We'd love to walk beside you, even if just in words. Or simply affirm your journey by typing this in the comments. I choose to rise in love and truth. Let that be your declaration to the universe, to your twin flame, and most importantly, to yourself. Number 7. The breakthrough. A leap into your new timeline. Have you ever felt like you were on the verge of something extraordinary, even if you couldn't quite name it? That deep inner knowing that something long awaited is finally drawing near. Many of you right now are standing at the edge of a powerful breakthrough. You've been holding a vision close to your heart, nurturing it through hope, effort, and spiritual alignment. You've been affirming your path, visualizing the life you want, whispering your intentions into the universe late at night. And just when the wait began to feel endless, just when the silence grew heavy, you can feel it. The shift is finally here. This isn't just any change. It's a timeline leap. It's a moment where energy that's been building within you for months, perhaps even years, suddenly aligns with your physical reality. It may come as a surprise, disguised as a creative inspiration that won't let go, a soul-level reconnection with someone who mirrors your growth, an unexpected opportunity that speaks to your purpose, or a door that opens to something far greater than you dared imagine. And although it may seem like it arrived overnight, nothing about this moment is accidental. You've been preparing for it in every step you've taken, every lesson, every heartbreak, every delay. It all contributed to the energetic foundation that's now stabilizing your new timeline. This isn't a coincidence. This is divine orchestration meeting your soul's readiness. Now that it's here, embrace it fully. Don't brush it off as chance or good luck. Own it. This moment is your creation. It's the result of your resilience, your trust, your growth, and most of all, it's proof that you are worthy. Worthy of expansion, worthy of fulfillment, and worthy of the timeline you've always felt was meant for you. Number 8. You were always the leader. There comes a moment when you look back at the path you've walked, the challenges, the insecurities, the nights filled with self-doubt, and suddenly it all makes sense. That version of you, the one who trembled before speaking up, who questioned their worth, who stayed quiet in rooms where their voice should have echoed, that was never weakness. That was the raw material of greatness in its earliest form. You weren't waiting to become a leader. You were already becoming one through every silent battle you fought behind closed doors. It's not in spite of your fears and wounds that you've grown into your power. It's because of them. Your softness taught you empathy. Your struggles sharpened your insight. Your breakdowns opened you to deep compassion. The pain you once thought disqualified you from leadership is exactly what makes your guidance so real, so magnetic, so needed. You understand what it means to rise from the ashes, not as someone who pretends to have all the answers, but as someone who walks with wisdom earned from experience. Now, as you stand on the brink of a new timeline, it's no longer just about your own transformation. It's about your presence lighting the way for others. You're not simply stepping forward, you're becoming a guidepost, a lighthouse in the fog. People will look to you, not because you've never fallen, but because you've learned how to rise with grace again and again. This is the sacred power of your evolution. You are no longer just navigating your journey, you are leading others into theirs. And perhaps the greatest truth of all is this: you always were. The leader has been within you all along, quietly growing stronger through every chapter you thought was breaking you. But now, the world is ready to see what your soul always knew. So now that you've arrived at this turning point, this threshold between who you were and who you're becoming, the real question is, what will you do with the energy that has awakened within you? You've walked through the fire, faced the shadows, and emerged with a deeper understanding of your soul's truth. You are no longer who you used to be. You are more aligned, more aware, and more powerful than ever before. This is the version of you that was always waiting to rise. What you create from here, whether it's a conscious relationship, a soul-led mission, or a life built on authenticity and spiritual alignment, will be the direct reflection of your inner transformation. Your twin flame, though perhaps not always physically present, continues to guide and amplify your evolution across timelines. Their energy is inseparable from yours, woven into your destiny like light into flame. But it is you who must choose to move forward with intention. You are the creator now. This is your sacred timeline to shape. If these words spoke to your soul, I challenge you to make it real by commenting below, "I am ready for the highest version of my timeline." Let it be your declaration to the universe. Let it be your energetic leap. If this message ignited something within you, please like the video to amplify its reach. Share it with someone who may need this reminder. And don't forget to subscribe for more soul-guided wisdom. And before you go, watch the next video below. Your journey is far from over. You've only just begun to become who you truly are.